Matt is.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gray Bricks. I think
I have
I've
to
still
say
got
that
internet issues, everybody.
Over time, that song has really grown on me.
I know. I look forward
It's kind
to
of
it
like
every
when
week.
Saturday morning cartoons, when that certain tune would come on, you'd get all grooving into it, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah." It's reached that level for me now.
I got you. Like this Saturday,
watching-
which I had a free Saturday morning, which I haven't had in a while. And my wife and I are sitting there, and MeTV plays Bugs Bunny, and I flipped it over there, and the music started, and I was like 8, just for a moment. I was like, I need some grits and eggs. Like my mom would make really big breakfast on Saturday. I just needed to sit there. It was great.
You had me all the way up until grits.
See, I need to get you and Saviano in a Waffle House together and teach y'all what grits are supposed to be like. Okay,
Grits are what they're trying to be oatmeal, but they're just not.
I'll tell you what.
Now,
Next year,
I actually don't know what a grit is.
it's what shoots out of a cockroach when you step on him hard. But anyway,
listen, we get Saviano to come to Atlanta BrickCon next year, and he and I will have breakfast at like 11 o'clock on Saturday. We'll make a thing of it.
yeah. See, there you go, Murtaugh. He doesn't get it either. I understand. You got to do it right. You got to have salt, butter. You got to stick your eggs in there, some cheese. Add flavor.
Well, you could just use all of that and leave the grits out, and it's still a perfectly good breakfast.
Or
See,
if you want something with salt and butter, you just go air pop some popcorn. Like,
Well, funny enough, it is actually the same thing as popcorn, just grits, and it's cornmeal. So
yeah, you keep using this made up word grits. I'm still not getting it. So
It's like French cuisine. It's just a reason to have butter. You just add other things to the butter. So
That
just
makes
have the
sense.
butter.
So, are you a fan of the polenta? Are you? Is that a fancy dish you would eat? You're eating grits, yeah, jerk. So, anyway, there you go.
Can't say I would have had the polenta either.
Polenta is quite tasty. It's yellow. What is it? Okay, grits is cornmeal. It's ground up hominy corn, and it's delicious. So, most Canadians do not.
It's not delicious. The stuff you add to it is what's delicious.
I don't
It is
think
a-
if you're above like the Pennsylvania line, I don't think you really know what grits are. Pennsylvania is iffy.
Could I just substitute cornbread instead of cornmeal? Would that be okay?
I like
No.
cornbread.
Cornbread's good.
It's called the Mason-Dixon line.
Yes,
Although
I'm
I'm
not
one
going
of
to
those-
use the Y word, but it begins with a yang and begins with a key. But anyway, so,
Don't make me
Absolutely.
get out of math.
Absolutely.
all right. Anyway, it's delicious. You got to do it. What about cream of wheat? Cream of wheat is awful. So
What about hearts of wheat?
Cream of wheat and grits are almost the same thing. They
they are
so
not.
close.
I enjoy my oatmeal. I will keep my
They're
oatmeal.
like this close together. They're so close to being the
Wheat,
same.
corn.
Goop. They're both flavorless goop, and you have to add other stuff to them to make them taste like something.
They're
They
delicious.
both look
How about
like
adding
that
Lego?
food that they eat in the Matrix because they don't have real food, and it's like that
Exactly. That's what grits
gelatinous
is
white
like.
stuff.
It's just goop.
Fine.
Isn't most food just goop if you think about it? Like,
It is somewhere between here and never mind.
yeah, exactly.
All going to the same place.
Goes through the goopification process.
Mm.
Technical term.
Look, if you just blend all your food up, it looks the same. So, I mean,
Yeah, Battered Red Bricks, you know it. I'm here. I'm here to defend it. Yeah. Oatmeal and porridge. Porridge gets you attacked by bears, and at least in the stories that I've read. And oatmeal is just what your mom made you eat, so you go take a dump. But
what? Oatmeal's good. You just haven't had good oatmeal.
okay, can I just start this whole conversation over, but dump on you with oatmeal?
No, this is what you do.
I'm
It's
with you.
brown sugar, milk, and there's a couple
Boy,
other things.
Did you say
And-
milk?
yeah,
Can we
that's
move
a
on to
Yank
southern
thing.
fruit that actually tastes good, like biscuits and gravy and barbecue?
Oh, there you go. That's all you need.
Put
Biscuits
gravy
and
on
gravy.
grits, they're quite good.
Did I join the wrong chat?
I was gonna say, did
Yes.
anybody buy Lego this week? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
actually, lots.
I did not.
Which is why you're talking about grits. I get it. I understand. You're deflecting. I get it.
Deflecting.
About grits, that's all he could eat this week because of how much Lego he bought. So
Well, I've actually resigned myself that I've got to go buy a bunch of a color that I can't stand, and it's this neon because I'm using it in a series of mocks, and I have none because I've avoided it for the past year.
So
It's
I
on
went-
the wall.
Now I
had
gotta
to
go
look.
get it.
I had to go downstairs and open up a box of the space set, that big space thing. Remember
It
this?
was.
Remember this?
Yeah.
$50 at Costco. It's got lots of coral and trans neon yellow in it. So
I got
Where's
some.
Coral?
So I have a little funny story about the ones I have. So my Lego store got them on the Pick-a-Brick wall, and the manager of the store really didn't want to do it. Now this is the one I used to work at, so I know the stories. And they all were like, "You got to get it just for someone's gonna want it." So they all made the manager order this color and Pick-a-Brick, like just at least one part. And so I went and saw it. I was like, it's cool to always have a variety of colors, and if anything, that's good filler. I mean, that's a solid stack right there. And so you know how you can leave the review on the receipt afterwards, like. So I did the review, and I just like started gushing about how great this color was, and how great the neon yellow was, and how the only reason I want to go to that store again is because there was neon yellow on that wall. I got a very interesting text after that.
Oh,
trolling your own store doesn't get any better than that. Doesn't get any
That's
better
right.
than that.
And why do you not work there anymore? Was that?
Because I got a full-time job that actually paid me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better. That's better.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so I'm building a sub theme to use this color, and now I'm having to go buy it, and I don't have any, which is aggravating. I want to build something fast, and I don't have the color, so I'm like, well, dang, it'll just go there, I guess, when I get it. So
And that, my friend, is why you invest in every color and every shape ahead of time.
that's why I don't have spreadsheets. So
Well, and again, this all comes down to it's what you build. I mean, I've said this before. I'll say it again. You build to what your inventory is, and you don't buy parts for something unless you plan on building it. And now you're buying those parts because you want to build it. So there you go.
What? I just buy stuff because I need it. Not
Oh,
because
no,
I
no,
need
no. I
it.
was talking about Chris. You, on the other
Oh.
hand, are a completely different beast and animal all on its own.
I'm a hoarder. I'm a parts hoarder. Let's just
You're
call
a
it what it
parts
is.
junkie. There's a difference. There's a difference.
I almost said you put the something in order, but I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say
I mean, I almost had to send a text to Adam Nice because it's been exactly like 7.5 weeks since he texted me late at night asking if I could leave some parts for him in the mailbox. He could swing by and pick them up. So like, I was wondering if he was still healthy enough to build because I haven't gotten a late night parts bag in a while.
Well, he just did a trip to Florida. His mom's Wakers service was this weekend, I
Yeah.
believe.
Oh, that's right.
But however, he did some crazy photo work for Meredith's Owl House before he left, and wow! I mean,
Yeah.
as if that build wasn't already awesome enough as it is, his pictures of it make it even 10 times more appealing. So
Yeah, he approached me at ABC Atlanta Brick Convention and said that I need to bring my Lightyear ships over, and he wants to do photos of those.
oh, and you totally need to. You
Oh, I
totally
do.
Totally need
And if you are not following our friend Ant Bandit, you need to go find him on the on the YouTubes and follow him.
Ooh.
There's several fun comments going on. But yeah, Dan Bandit is on both Instagram and the YouTubes.
And you can check him out on Stud Buds tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, he's gonna be on
You'll be on your show. Awesome.
Yeah.
I classify that as a very fine. Hang on, where is it? Oh darn! Oh, that is a very fine segue. There we go.
Boom, 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 boom. all of that.
Go ahead, Brad. You can pump your show. Go ahead and pump your show. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, it's four guys talking about different Lego topics. 8 p.m. Tuesday nights. We always have different segments. Like we sometimes talk about investing, news, old Lego themes. Even people like Fazoom have been on it.
Hang on a minute. Are you trying to rip off our thing? Are you trying to copy?
Okay,
it? Is that
okay,
what's
we
going
do
on
what you
here?
guys do, but better. So,
Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't
I'm
watch it
offended.
because I'm too busy with Canadian brick builders on Wednesday nights.
I can't. I'm sorry. Did that happen? It happened. I think something happened to his connection. I think.
He said his.
I mean, it's
Tuesday.
Tuesday night, so it's a little bit different.
Oh, Tuesday night.
Oh, thanks, Matt.
But yes, no, it's a fun show. Didn't expect to talk about it tonight, so I kind of forgot what to say about the show.
It's a
But
it's a fun show, says an unbiased observer.
Yes, very much so. I mean, we've had some pretty big names on there, so
It was better than Batman. That's
Did you have all the four Lego Master seasons winners all on one show?
Was it better than Cats?
no, but we've had two different Lego Master winners on at different times.
Sounds like a poorer version of this.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
It's
Stop
more
being the Pepsi
segmented
to our
out.
Coke, brother.
It's more segmented out, but
Well, that's this messy Monday, and that's why it's this messy for a reason. And then we would
Exactly.
probably have a more organized show on a regular basis, but Chris is our leader, and sometimes Chris just gets old man on us and just says, let's phone it in.
Wait, sometimes I appreciate that. I
Okay,
mean,
yeah, I was just being nice.
speaking of Fazoom for a second, I know he hasn't watched the video, so I'm going to tell this.
hang on.
In
let me
my
get that-
newest
let me get-
video.
wait, let me find the ban button. All right, go ahead. Start talking.
In my newest video, I did name drop Fazoom, but I know he didn't watch it. So I talked about Blacktron. So
I have not watched it. I have seen the link. I have not watched it. I have not had a moment to sit down and do it. But
no, I completely get it. I just keep waiting for that text from you. So
Oh, is it okay? I'll look at it right now.
no, it's literally I made a Fazoom pun. So it's something like I was like, when I do a space video, I gotta say something Fazoomed around. Like
But boom.
I got you. No, we set that bar pretty low.
all right,
This
I'll stop advertising.
No, we support your show. We're excited because you guys have been doing it for. Has it been a couple years now, or just a year?
2.5 years.
Is that right?
We hit 2 years in November. So 2 years, 3 months, something like that, if I can do math right.
Yeah, we got to be rolling
You're
around
asking
on
the
an
wrong
anniversary here soon, right?
What's that?
I feel like
gotta
we've been
be
doing the
rolling
show
around
for
on an
10 years.
anniversary here soon.
Are we coming up on a decade?
Feel
Yeah, I
like
think
it.
it'll be 3 years in March.
I think so.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, because I know you. So I know I met Fazoom on Brickblaze's stream, and I remember this show was going on then, and that was about. I guess that wasn't full. That was a little more than 2 years ago, like 2.5 or more. I can't remember now.
Yeah, because we first started doing this right after St. Patrick's Day for COVID, because we were supposed to do an actual physical train show,
Mm.
and at the last minute, because COVID was coming into full swing, and that they yanked it out from under us on the Friday that we were supposed to set up, and I think 3-4 weeks later, we said we were doing this on a Saturday afternoon just for shits and giggles. And somebody said, "Hey, maybe we should stream this."
Yeah, and I had started catching Julian's stream before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. 2 years ago, our first attempt at Old Gray Bricks. 2 years ago.
Tempted old gray bricks. That sounds like a criminal charge.
I'm trying to look at the date here on the broadcast. It doesn't give it to me. So
Chris was
I don't know
like,
here then.
we're doing our Saturday drop-in chat. And he's like, people would watch this. And I'm like, they would?
You do realize people
Really?
would watch anything at this point on the
People
internet,
watch
right?
And then he reminded me that there are people who
Well,
go on
they're
YouTube and
literally-
watch other people playing video games just just to watch them. And I'm like, fair point.
And now we've gone to quiet.
TJ posted May 21st, 2020 was the first Solar Grey bricks.
Oh, okay.
That silence was all the young
Um,
video game players dropping off because I just insulted him.
So it is funny you said St. Patrick's Day because the Canadian Brick Builders chat started 2 years ago on St. Patrick's Day because it was Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day. I had nothing to do, so I just started chatting. So we're actually hitting our 2 year in a couple of weeks. I think we're episode 102 this week. So
You actually number your episodes.
yeah, but that's just
Yeah,
because I like to
Titanium
organize.
Jace is May 21st.
Yeah. TJ knows all.
Does Matt hear me when I talk?
Yeah, I
Are you
can.
talking?
I thought it was very interesting.
He tuned
Too
you
much
out.
Soto Voce.
Have I ever
think this
considered
piece is
doing
a
the
problem.
audio version as a podcast? If I knew what button to press, I might, but I don't know.
The podcast, it's simple. You just upload it to Anchor.
But again, that
Okay,
would,
let me just
require,
do that then.
that would require Chris having motivation and effort to do. So
It's true. It's true.
It's good
just-
that the Lugin has now made me president because I have that motive to do.
Well, no, but now you have a sense of responsibility, or
Oh,
you
that
can-
doesn't help.
No, yeah. I see a lot of delegating. That's all I
That
know.
never
Well,
helps.
You know, the best leaders delegate. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. It's true. That's why I'm a horrible leader because I'm horrible at delegating.
And it's President's Day, so congratulations, or it's your day, Chris.
Hey, I didn't get
There you go.
squat.
It is.
It was. It was Washington's birthday. Observed.
Observed.
My friend who works in banking, he was like looking for a new place to new park to take his dog to. And he's like, yeah, I've got it off. It's President's Day. And so I texted him as he sent me pictures from the park. And I was like, well, so which president are you celebrating today? And he said, James Buchanan.
Well, if I was, that would be the one.
Okay, I have serious. All right, so since Chris wasn't going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. So
Talk
today
about
I
it.
had to go downstairs in the basement and open up a box of parts because I needed something for a build, and it just so happened to be that they were in this classic space box of parts that I got from Costco for $50, which turned out to be like 2 cents a piece, which is pretty freaking good. But I have to point out, I have lots of questions about that they classify this as a space box of parts. When the first bag had coral frogs,
Okay.
Sweet.
Space
I
alien.
guess that's spacey. And then we have in the second bag I'm opening bananas and pumpkins. So
Space food.
I feel validated that it put pumpkins in my moon base greenhouse, but now I'm thinking I needed banana trees.
No, I don't want to build a
Space
monster banana.
It's space, and and one of the other space sets had a warm banana button. Something I don't know.
Yeah, the base it
Yeah.
has a food dispenser with a banana squeezing out of it, which is kind of hilarious. So yeah, you got to eat. That's true.
And wasn't there a hot banana reference in Lightyear?
Was there?
I thought there was.
No, it's Star Trek Lower Decks. The first
Lower Decks. That was that. That's it.
There's a malfunctioning replicator that's going
Yeah.
banana hot and putting bananas out of it.
That's it. That's it. That show is so funny.
I love that show.
Oh, I love it. But Dana, what were you building that you needed to go downstairs and open up this box of parts? Well, good thing you asked. Kate on Instagram, aka Brick Huntress, she's doing a Let's Build Together. She does a theme pretty
Wait,
regularly.
is that the person that you stopped participating in our show and started watching her
Listen
show
on
the other
Thursday?
day? Is that
Yeah. I had 1 ear on her show and 1 ear on ours. Yeah.
okay? Just checking.
Because actually that was pretty, I don't know. Did you see what she built that she was
Yes.
released? Yeah. That freaking Bricklink sign was freaking cool. So she's doing a micro scale Let's Build Together challenge. And so I've been wanting to, I got this terrarium thing during Halloween. So it's got this little like
Are you kidding me?
snow globe type thing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I decided to build kind of a little, I don't know, kind of got a little Star or Superman reference. I built a little city, a little castle city to go inside of it,
I'm so proud of you that you built a castle.
which you can't
the
really see very well
Candor.
because of the freaking shine on this thing. But so yeah,
I think you should build more castles. You
Hey,
know.
sure. Don't.
I should go.
That's actually really cool.
I want to show off my castle.
That's
So,
very cool.
of course, focus. Yeah, I need a guy with lighting, but yeah.
Need some professional lighting.
So, but I gave myself a requirement for the height and the base so that it fits inside the little dome.
That's pretty sweet.
So
That's awesome.
very excited about it. So that's what I did today. So when I was incommunicado, that's what I was doing.
Building castle.
I was
My
building a
goodness.
castle. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Yes,
That's
I was
exactly
building
what
a
you should be
castle.
doing with your day.
It was a Monday. Conference calls, building castles.
I had to watch some videos for work that are like those harassment videos you have to do like once a year. And I was working from home like a little bit today. So I literally turned it on one screen, was just working in my army while I was doing it. So I get what you're doing.
Chris oftentimes I'll post something I'm working on. He's like, I want to work from home.
I want to do what Dana does, which
Yeah.
apparently is build with Lego virtually until he can get to his Lego. So
Basically.
amazing.
I know someone who they'll do conference calls, and what they'll do is they'll ask a question and get everyone to start talking, and then mute his mic and pour out another bag of Lego while he builds. So not me, but I hope to do that one day. That is my goal.
I don't even ask questions. I just sit there quietly and listen.
Brick Jedi finds your castle rad.
Thank you.
I'm kind of glad he doesn't build castle
Why is that?
because then I'd have more competition.
I know. Well, you need to
So,
stop
it's good.
building mosaics and stop building hangers.
Hey, I built mine first. That's all I can say.
Mm.
But I did give
That's
you a
not
lot
what
of
I
credit on it, David.
What'd you say, Jeff?
I said I did give you credit on it anytime I was talking to
You
someone.
did
for
give
it.
me credit that I inspired you. So,
Yeah.
and as I've said before, and as I think I saw in Entertainingly Layman here, I don't know if you guys saw, he did a Baby Space 10497.
I did. It's amazing.
That was awesome.
And he said that I had inspired him because he had seen my posts while he was traveling, which he was off when he was traveling. He was off doing some much cooler stuff than I was doing. But again, I think it's awesome when anytime somebody says to me, "Oh, I saw something you did and it made me think, hey, I want to do something like that," and they go off and build something, and that's just awesome stuff. I love that.
That is cool.
More than likely, it's because they're like, "Shh, that thing is crappy. I could do a better job, so I'm going to build something cooler."
I will
What, are you
say,
saying that
Dana,
when you inspire somebody and they build something, you're like, he screwed that up. I'm going to build it again. Is that what you're saying? Or
No, he's telling. I'm saying that I've inspired them to build something because they're like, "Oh no, he didn't do that well enough. I can do it better."
I got you. Okay.
Dana,
Not
I
maybe.
will say you posted some photos. It was right before Atlanta BrickCon. You posted some photos of, I think it was your moon base,
Mhm.
and I was really like, shoot. Now I really want to try to build a moon base. It looked cool.
Oh.
What can I say?
And you know what?
It's easy. You can build it in a single conference call.
But you know
Not
what,
like
though?
just like one of the parts, one of like the modular parts. That's all like.
Well, no, and that's the whole thing. I mean, I think I even talked about this during something somewhere, and I can't really explain. But a lot of times when I'm building, it's because somebody else has inspired me to build. Because I've seen something like Rob.
You're welcome, Dana. You're welcome.
Yeah, well, not this time, but Regal, or as however his screen name is, I saw him do these trees, and I was like, I got to do these trees because somebody else inspired me to do it. So I think it's just the whole community is always constantly inspiring each other.
Oh, for sure.
So
I mean, you
That's
guys
what's
know Shy Time is My Time?
Yep.
Okay. I did a show recently with him and we talked about army building. And after that, I kind of started setting up a little bit of my army. And after that, I was like, damn, I really just got to go through and just start building my army because he talked about it like a mock. And I was like, that's what I got to do. I got to go through and make my army into basically a mock. So I agree. I think it's one of the greatest things about the Lego community is that we all inspire each other.
Yep.
But also kind of sucks when you're like, damn it, I really wanted to build that. And then you just saw someone do it like 10 times better. And you're like, do I really need to now?
actually, I think that's even better because you're like, oh, now I don't have to build that.
I had that exact experience with the Sanctum Sanctorum. I was going to build one, and I had already started like kind of fiddling around with proportions, and then I saw one on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know if I can top that.
Yeah, I was gonna do a
Parts
Fortress
got
of
pushed
Solitude.
back into the sort bin. I'm like, nah, we're gonna do something else.
Well, I was going to build a Superman Fortress of Solitude, and I'm like, okay, and I'd kind of given a proof of concept colors and stuff, and then all of a sudden I looked and somebody did it. I'm like, I'm glad they did, because it was going to be a pain in the butt, something I was not going to enjoy. It was going to be
you
cool.
built all
but-
the Buzz Lightyear ships was a
Yeah.
huge load off my shoulders.
Yeah, do you
So
know I've got
much
3 of them
pressure.
sitting back here that I haven't built yet, and I looked at them the other day and going, oh, that's going to hurt. I don't want to do that.
It's gonna hurt. Why is
It
it gonna
is.
hurt?
Because it's going to be parts intensive.
It's parts
Oh, okay.
intensive. It is very like I can't go off on my own imagination. I'm like, I gotta do what he's got here. I
Hey,
build
Chris.
better, like train of thought rather than
Yeah.
build what exists. So
That's interesting how much you don't like working off a reference photo because
I hate it.
I like working off reference photos. I mean, I always take liberties with them, but I mean, I don't mind having something to kind of anchor the concept.
Well, now I will say the Artemis, the last ship I did, was pretty much a riff on. I mean, it's pretty straight up what the piece of clip art looked like that I found. A little sketch I found of a guy that he had done, and so that was I did maintain it, but then I took my spin on it when it was time to take my spin on it. So
Well, that's the difference between interpretation and using and trying to recreate something. That's
Yeah.
two different skill sets.
Chris, which one haven't you built yet? Give me one of them and I'll give it a shot.
of the Buzz Lightyear ships,
Yeah.
hang on.
I've been wanting to build one of them and I haven't had a chance to, so I'd give her a go.
There is the 3.
Okay.
There is the is that the 9?
Oh, I thought you already built that one.
No, it's a little bit different.
They all kind of
and-
look the same. I'm not like the smaller ones at least.
well. That's the point. Their ships, they're improving. Than the
Oh,
this
okay.
one's the one that's going to hurt. I think
The
is
12.
the 12.
Yeah.
So
Let's see which ones I have. I'll be right back.
Why is 12 gonna hurt? It's a lot of parts.
yeah, it's there's a good bit of angly and so actually it's flat. This one the 9 is it's got little multiple angle stuff going on. Those are kind of difficult. So I mean they're cool. Yeah, so go ahead. It reminds me, Dana, I did not give you your Buzz Lightyear yet again. Your figure that's in my.
That's okay. I still have 2 Ice Planet 2x3 wedges that Francine gave me a year ago to give you. That they're still in my bag. So it's okay.
You just glossed right over the fact you have 4 space babies of mine right there. So
No, they're in the trunk.
Those space babies have been adopted out. Sorry,
that
they're
is the
gone.
space version of your check is in the mess. Your babies are in the trunk.
Your babies are in the trunk. They're with Meredith's babies, so they're not alone.
You know,
I have those
Fazoom, I
sleeves
could
that-
get you a ton of space babies. I'm just looking for
Oh,
orcs.
it's on now.
You're looking for orcs? Oh yeah. Well, you can tell when there's AFOLs in your community when you go and all that's in the box are refs and pottery ladies and rocking chairs and
I'm trying to find
It's-
about 100 of these guys, and I can only find falconers and astronauts, which is
You know what? You pick up your astronauts, and I will swap you orcs.
really.
You bet your astronauts you will.
Okay, because literally, I have a standing order at my Lego store every week for orcs and falconers, so I can easily start putting in astronauts for that.
Seriously, I will swap you out orcs for space babies all day long because I find orcs all the time. It's
Oh yeah, dude, if you find them, let me know, and like straight buy them up. Let me know. I'll start buying up astronauts as many as I can get my hands on. So
I usually try to do a run once a week, and so if I don't find spacemen, I'll find orcs and I'll grab those.
yeah, they're super easy to find too, because they're the ones just with the plastic bag. So
Yeah, both.
and if
castle
if I
figures have
can't
the-
trade you complete space people for them, I can always pay you for them. I'll be more than happy to do that.
Yeah, I got you. I'll find you. Chris
Sounds great.
Campbell, that would be the least of your worries. It'd be the least of your worries to get your space babies back.
Don't trust this man with your space babies.
Well, I'm just glad that Brad said that he had a thing for the orcs because when that line came out for the CMFs, I was like, haven't they already done this to death? Like, who wants another orc? Well, now I know.
I think that orc is one of the best figures. I like the brown spaceman, but it's very plain. Whereas if you look at the orc, it's very detailed. Now that's classic space, so that's why it's not a problem. But like the orc is, to me, I actually was just working on these today, so I have some examples. But like the fact that this guy has arm printing, he's got a cape, he's got a shield. This is an army builder's dream right here, because you can just fig bar this fig. Like, you know, this is, I'm working on a grunt right now, so he's got this like, just, I mean, you can't really see it great, but it's like an armor piece, giant axe. Like that's kind of what I'm working on, is building up I kind of want to build up an army of like orcs and kind of fantasy creatures like goblins and stuff. And I have a ton of the 2008 trolls, so just mixing all those together and making different ranks and stuff. Like this guy to me is the dream. Like I just switch out some part. You can take off the jaw. He looks great still. Like so.
And that jaw piece alone is
Oh yeah.
You got to get some Ninjago because these bone demon guys that came with the ice dragon are metal.
yeah.
I think the bone weapons would be cool for the army, but besides that, I'm not a huge fan
Look
of
at
them.
these dudes, though. These guys are rad. Look at they got chains and skulls, and
They're off the hook.
look at this guy.
See, they got other chins.
Yeah,
Mix
these
your
guys.
chins.
evil.
Sure.
You can practically hear the guitars squealing. Squibbity flabbity doo.
But also, in my opinion, this is the last time you're going to be able to army build before the boxes come. So with the CMFs, well, army build easily.
I'm working on my army at Pratt's here. This is I was able to find this in the last 5 minutes, but you know, my army at Pratt's is coming along.
Did
You
you ever
can
have
probably
like, a
contribute
video
to
camera?
that. I
The
could
army of
contribute to
Pratt.
that army of Pratt's.
Did you ever have a video camera as a kid and then plug it into your TV and then point it at the TV and make a feedback loop? That's what that looks like. All the Pratts. Is Pratt the one that has the most figures made out of his characters? Because you've got
Point probably yes at this point.
Yeah.
And also, you know what's extra crappy? Every single one is exactly the same. They don't even give him like a different outfit from Jurassic World sets from 3 years ago to now. They're all exactly the same. Same printing, same everything, same face. They're all the same.
Probably written into his contract.
I mean, let's see. You got Emmett, you got Star-Lord, you got Jurassic Park.
And Mario soon. If they
Well,
make
that's
Mario.
it's a little bit
that's-
different.
That's iffy.
I said Mario. If
Were
they
you
make
trying to
Mario.
say? Were you trying to say Mario?
And technically Rex from Lego Movie 2, because that's
You know
also
it's pronounced Mario because he says it's a me, Mario.
He
He's
says
just
it. He
getting
says
tough.
it like Vince or what's his face from Ghostbusters. You gonna play some Mario Brothers?
Rick Moranis. Well, you know, Rick Moranis is one of Jeff's countrymen, if I'm not mistaken.
He is. That's how they pronounce it in Canada.
Yeah.
No, that's just how I pronounce it, and I don't really give a damn. So you know.
Geez, we've got a surprise guest appearance from Meredith.
Well, you made a
Whoa.
Canadian mad. What the heck?
I do enjoy giving her a hard time about mispronouncing Ahsoka.
We all do, and yeah, she's like, I don't care, and she just keeps on going. She just doesn't face her at all.
And then I
Hey,
do
have
it
you-
on purpose just because it makes Mark go, you know, it's not pronounced that way.
What are you talking about? I say Ashoka all the time now.
Just for her.
But ironically, like the cool kids.
Yes.
Hey, out of curiosity, has anybody gotten a text message from UPS saying, like, with Lego orders, saying that that they need like $1 and change or whatever to have your order arrive on time? Have you ever
Usually
heard of
that's
that?
a scam. That when I get
Well,
that
that's the
one.
thing, but
Scam.
it's a text message one of my friends got that has the fact that it's a Lego order, their address or their postal code, zip code, their phone number, obviously, their name. So it's just kind of
Scam.
weird that how would you get all that information? I mean, I guess you could just get it off a Waybill,
Do you know how much information you can get on someone these days?
I guess.
I'll-
I assume it's
I'll
a
Lego
scam
customer
too.
service if you're not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, no, I would assume it's a scam too. It's just it got me as weird because it's you know.
I'm going to text you and ask for your PIN number next.
Well, no, it's not that. I didn't get it personally, but the other thing is being that we're now using Lego, or UPS is with Lego now for the first time, like starting this beginning of this year, right?
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's just something
Sorry.
else. I don't know.
There we go.
Wait. Who used to deliver your Lego?
We never got it through UPS. We got it through FedEx in Canada. So they just switched over January 1st to UPS, and we started getting orders on time. It was nice.
Nice.
It is nice. So
I've
So
actually
I
had
had-
it show up in 3 different ways. I've had DHL deliver them, UPS, and FedEx. So
I've
I
had
should get
USPS
DHL
deliver
on my-
it too.
My Bricklink orders are usually DHL, but my Lego orders are almost always USPS. So
no, I think I've even had a something else come DHL that was coming from Lego from Shop at Home. It was
Lego
bizarre.
ships it to me from Laser Ship, and it is always terrible when Laser Ship sends
Now,
it.
there's a T on the end of that, not a P, Chris.
I know. It was
Laser-
PG-13.
laser ship.
If I can help it, I
Yes.
don't buy from Lego.com these days, so usually I don't have that shipping problem.
Well, I got not one, not two, but 3 Lego orders. No, I think I got 4 boxes from Lego over the weekend, and 2 of them were gifts. The GWP for the most recent one, which was the truck, which I was expecting 2 GWPs, but they sent me 3, and I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, but I
Wait,
just
you're gonna
wish it
lick
had
a
been.
horse? Is that what you just said?
I don't. Yeah,
I'm gonna go back and edit that for the licking portion anyway.
this bringing us back around to the hoof and mouth disease conversation from
Uh.
last show, but
Wait.
shouldn't
But-
shouldn't you not look a gift with purchase in the mouth?
I
Instead of a
guess
gift horse?
I'm not sending it back. So I just wish it had been one of the like $45 resale value instead of the $13 resale value freebie.
Well, that seems like maybe they didn't sell very many of those. You're like, just scrape a couple more in there. It's good. Just
No,
get
they-
rid of them.
they may have sent it as a apology because they messed up one of my bricks and pieces orders, and instead of getting 300 1x1 tiles, I got 300 1x1 round plates, and I called them up and I was like, yeah, this is not what I ordered, and it's the right color and the right size but the wrong form. So that came. I had 2 shipments of the mosaic plates that I'm using for my huge mural. I now have 75% of the mural of the mosaic plates that I will eventually need to finish the project. So that means I can keep rolling right through March, and that's probably enough to last me through most of the month of March. And then I got more dots in, and for a hot hour, I had every single color that I need for my color palette, and then I ran out of dark tan. So, and I'm now 43%. I've filled out 43% of the 16 by 16 mosaic plates that I need.
Do you have a
For
chart for us?
No, I just calculated on my phone, but
I think
what
this needs to be a pie chart.
it probably does. But what I have realized is that I'm probably going to have to sit down and recount what parts I have and how many more I have left to go, and because I'm starting to run low on a few things that I thought I had enough of. I mean, I still have 50% of it to go, so I'm going to have to sit down and calculate how many more dots I need in every color. But at this point, I'm at about like 85% of the 98,000 dots that I need. So,
You're gonna have to make a mosaic of that pie chart.
that's a good idea. I like that. That's a great idea. A mosaic.
You
Of the
put it
pie
next to the Sunday afternoon. You have the mosaic pie chart near
chart.
it.
When I build the 3-dimensional Cameron, I'll just put it in his hand. He can be holding a pie chart in his hand as he stands and looks. But it did occur to me that I had underestimated the amount of resource management required to build something at the scale. And I was keeping a spreadsheet, and each time I placed an order on Legos Bricks and Pieces, I would write down what I ordered. So I thought I was doing fine. But then I didn't think about the fact that some of the colors ship from Chicago quickly and other orders come from Europe. And they're not very good at making clear, like on their thing, it'll say like it's shipped, and then sometimes it'll say back ordered, but if it's shipped, it could still be in the mail and not be at my house. So I was trying to figure out what still needed to be ordered, and what was in the mail, and what was back ordered, and what was in my hand. And I suddenly went, yeah, this is too much work. I'm just gonna go back to popping dots onto plates, and when I run out of plates, I'll sit down and figure out what I'm missing. Or maybe I'll just let all the Bricklink orders show up, and then I'll go, okay, what don't I have now?
I really want to give you a hard time about this, but at the same time, I know exactly what you're doing and exactly what you're going through, and I can't say anything.
But yours is like what, 6-color palette, and I have like 25 colors, so at least that should be easier.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 8. I mean, I can't remember whether it's 7 or 8 colors. I can probably look it up right here. But I mean, I've got much larger quantities that I had to go through lug bulk, and so I'm having to wait for those to show up. Let's see how many colors I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm at 37 colors.
Yeah.
And basically the only color that Lego makes that I'm not using olive green, and I'm not using dark azure. I'm using every other color that Lego makes in a dot form.
Well, I still need 1200 black. Oh no, so, yeah, I still need black, coral, some nope, light bluish grays all coming in, medium blues all coming in, lavenders all coming in, white, black, and coral. That's the only colors I still need to order along with base plates.
When I have so many coral of the little quarter rounds, and the idea that I might actually have to order some of the coral rounds is really irritating, because I can't get rid of the quarter rounds. Like they came in so many dot sets.
Yeah.
You missed the Justin Trudeau section where we had an honor, and there was Justin Trudeau with the Canadian grizzly bear moment. Sorry, you should have tuned in earlier. But I will say that just like working on a project of this scale has made me think about like our friend Ryan, who works at the model shop. Like, do they have a parts wrangler at the model shop? I'm imagine that somebody has to keep track of the raw materials. Obviously, they're connected to Lego, so they could probably get a mass order a lot easier than you or I could, but that's still just a management type of stuff.
I'm sure someone's task is to order parts and quantify parts and all that stuff. I don't know if it's Ryan's job or someone else's, but somebody's got to be doing that.
Parts wrangler. Put that on your resume.
I would definitely think it's got to be a subordinate, because that just sounds like a task that you would want to farm off to somebody else.
Well, we're
Yeah.
far into the show now. That very quickly, I just want to say I bought the T-Rex set for the skeleton. I thought the skeleton was cool and it was on sale, so it's neat. I like it. It's actually, well, the dinosaur's on the other side of the room, but this is actually pretty much the same size as the dinosaur figure, the T-Rex figure.
Ah,
So they built this to approximately the same size. It looks pretty good. And he comes off the base there. He's just got a couple of little jumper things so you can take him off. And
so if you have a necromancer in your minifigures, you could have him, command that.
if you have like a bone demon guy hanging out nearby, he can summon the T-Rex skeleton.
Exactly.
Mm.
I also got the new Hulkbuster set.
10,000 views on TikTok.
Yeah, it really kind of blew up. All I did was I made a video on TikTok demonstrating that I substituted 2 pieces so that the waist can rotate. Because
people actually really like videos on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts that are all about how you can adjust sets to make them better.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all I did was
believe it.
replace 2 pieces. It seems to me like this set might have been designed with a rotating waist and maybe it got removed for stability reasons or something, but I could be wrong. But he can, you can put him in better poses with a rotating waist and that kind of thing. And simple.
Yeah, back when I was a subscriber to Blocks Magazine, one of my favorite things about that was sort of their back in the back of the magazine, they would have a like pimp this build section where they would take a set and like, here's how to make the Millennium Falcon better or something like that. Not that I ever copied any of it, but I still enjoyed reading it.
Now that you mention it, I did a video for the Razor Crest where I showed parts that I'd added to it to make it better.
Oh, you did a video on that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. Okay.
But it didn't get nearly that many hits. It's actually I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It got 12.
Also, that sounds like it was a while back. So it's the type. It's honestly, people love educational content right now, I've noticed. So if you can do videos about how to improve sets, like one of my friends became really big just because he was trying to see what he could build out of sets he had. So
maybe you should publish it again.
I went and looked in the Razor Crest video.
Danny.
It had 12,000, so it got a fair number of views as well.
You thought it was a small number because you were comparing yourself to Giddens, I see.
Well,
It was no Jawa. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, no Jawa.
No Jawa.
No
kind.
Jawa.
No, my most viewed videos are. I did one talking about Travis bricks and why they're called that, and that got 29,000. And I did a video for the White Brick Award after I got it from Brick World, and I got 50,000 views. That's my most watched video of all time.
Wow.
And then for some reason, the video I did with my little buildings for the sushi bar and juice bar that I put in the City of Lanterns, that one video blew up. And I
Is
don't
that
even,
right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know.
That's what they say. That's what the thing about being viral is it's hard to predict
Oh yeah.
what goes viral sometimes.
Yeah, I think it had a song and it had tags and all of it sort of hit the algorithm, I guess.
Yeah, because when we came back from Chicago and I had posted a video of my habitats and I used that song "Running Up a Hill" or whatever from that they became popular with Stranger Things, I think it got close to 200,000 views or something crazy like that.
What?
I mean, I've never gotten anything close to that since, but again, it was like the right time, the right song, and
Mm-hmm.
But,
Can I
the
Can I ju-
visual was interesting too. I mean, it was like, whoa, what is this? And people,
Yeah.
it was something that people rewatch. That's number one. You got to have people something. You got to get a couple of watches per viewer.
Yeah.
Rewatches, and then people start sharing it, and that's when you really get the bump.
So my job is to literally research every different thing on social media and try to figure out how social media works so that we can use it to our advantage. And I'll tell you this right
I'm
now,
sorry.
the biggest thing you can do, oh, it's awful. I think social media is one of the worst things in the world. But hey,
Right,
without it, I
working
wouldn't have a job. So
I was gonna say, it pays the bills.
yeah. I mean, I love the company I work for. I just social media can be so stupid. Big things that can make a video do well: hooks, interesting, like it keeps pacing going. Like if you have a good hook, like asking a question or something, making people want to watch longer than 2 seconds, because people get to your video, their first instinct is to swipe away unless you show them or say something that first 2 seconds that makes them want to stay. And saying, hey, you want to stay for this video is not a good hook. And if you do that, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. It's biggest pet peeve.
Hey, you want to stay for this video? We've got about 9 minutes.
Yeah.
You do not want to swipe away.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, oh yeah, I already swiped. Sorry, because I know anything you say next is just gonna be stupid. I'm sorry. Yeah, stuff like that is really helps your video. Like my biggest video, it happened on YouTube Shorts, but it has 1.7 million views, and it's literally me talking about the toilet in the castle. I hate that video is my biggest and most viewed video, but hey, it did great. And like Emma
You
Soros
found the
recently-
pulse of America. Poop joke.
Well, see, the thing is, it could relate to a larger audience than just Lego
Ne-
fans. So
Next, you're going to be invited to appear in, what was it, Mall Cop, 4 or 5 or something, because you got the poop jokes.
well, the funny thing is, Emma Soros recently had a video that did great. Well, yeah, I'm going to explain a little quick story after this. She had a video do crazy well because she's doing a series where people are asking her about stuff in her Lego city, and someone was like, "Is there dog poo?" And she was like, "Yeah, there actually is," and it has a ton of views. Now, funny story about that. I was sitting at the hairdresser like a couple days ago.
Wait!
for-
You were doing what?
As
I'm
we
already
did hair?
feeling bad for you, Brad. I'm already feeling bad.
I was
for you.
waiting
Oh,
to
dear.
get my hair cut, and there's this kid like 10 feet away from me, and he was scrolling on YouTube Shorts, and that video of hers popped up on his page, and I started losing it because I knew exactly what video it was and who it was. And the parents were like, "We're so sorry. And he watches weird things." And I'm like, "No, I know that creator."
And then they're like, Jimmy, don't talk to this man.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, poop humor does really well, I guess. But yeah, I mean, if you have a good hook and keeps it interesting through the video, and also educational stuff, people love that. So that's your social media lesson for the day.
We need a title card, social media with Brad. And
I was gonna say that was a crappy lesson though.
Yeah, do we have the GIF for the more you know?
Oh,
Well, we have this star.
yeah, that's true.
So, Brad, have you done an in-depth study of how putting a Jawa in your video could dramatically increase the number of views?
Did someone's video blow up with a Jawa in it?
Yes, my biggest video was 308. It's actually 381.6K, and we were at Atlanta Brick Convention last year, and one of the 501st people in a Jawa costume comes by, and I basically go away, you can't have any of my parts, go away. And he goes, Utini or whatever, and that little clip, and I dropped it on there, and it went nuts.
Well,
And
do you know why?
Because it was funny.
Star
Is it
Wars.
Star Wars?
It's Star
Yeah.
Wars, yeah.
Yeah. Star Wars stuff does well, and that's why I hate Star Wars. Not
What?
because
Have y'all noticed the
No.
pattern? Everything that
Stop
does
him right
well,
now.
Brad
no,
hates.
no. Never mind. That's a whole different conversation. I actually enjoy Star Wars. I just hate the Star Wars community.
Backpedal. Backpedal.
No, it's Star Wars, and on top of it, it's funny and probably wasn't that long of a video. And also, I don't know, you're interacting with it, and people love that kind of thing. So
Yeah. It was
also replying to comments if people comment.
Yeah, like and reply usually, and more than a yes, no, whatever reply.
Yes.
Put a little bit of whatever into it. That will help for sure. The other big video I had was having 4 contestants from Lego Masters in my basement. That one seemed to track pretty well. So
I hear that kind of video on other platforms too, but that's very good of you.
there you go. Got to flex it when you can.
I'm really glad that my career does not depend on finding out just the right combination of factors to make something go viral. That sounds frustrating.
The factor isn't how do you make a video go viral, because viral videos, the goal isn't to get your content to go viral. I will say this. The goal is to have consistent views. So for me, let's say I average, it's getting a little bit more now, but 2,000 views. If every video gets over 2,000 views or around 2,000 views, I know I'm doing well, because that means that video, like, that's hitting around the same amount. If my average amount of views are looking around the same, depending on the platform, I know that's a good sign. Viral videos are bonus, but they aren't what you want if you want to keep long-term with social media, actually.
Makes sense.
By the way, I checked. I can now download $14 whole from my career at TikTok.
Ooh. That's $14 more than I can download.
That'll pay for 1 week of Old Gray Bricks. So
You're rolling in it now.
all right. That's right.
So remember how I said there was coral frogs in this space box?
There's
Where's
neon
coral?
frogs too.
There are maroon frogs and also gold frogs too.
Aren't
So-
there? There's neon yellow frogs in there as well.
Yeah, there's lots of frogs.
Oh,
Doesn't
Like a
one of the
frog
new
I haven't gotten to that box or that bag, but yes, there are neon yellow frogs.
aren't we getting a new color of frog with this next CMF wave, according to rumors?
With the princess and the frog,
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I think so.
Did I mess up?
Yes,
I think so.
If so, that's
Whatever.
not gonna be fun to fix.
Speaking of Princess and Frog, the new Disney pics that leaked. I'm not a Disney person, disclaimer, but I literally had no idea who some of these characters were. I was like,
I
I'm like,
honestly don't enjoy that kind of CMF wave as much anymore. Like the ones with specific characters, because it's more fun to collect just the general ones, personally. But I don't know. I agree. There are a lot that's like, wait, who is that? Like,
Well, the Baymax did not look very good. at all.
no,
Oh, that's
that looked
horrible.
awful.
I was disappointed in him. I mean, the arm's fine, but they did nothing in the torso to make him
No.
like.
Like
Big-
even like an armor piece would have looked good. I think there are kind of armor pieces that look like that would have made him at least a little bit bulky.
Yeah,
well, and usually when there's a new CMF series, we get a new animal or a new accessory.
Mhm.
And I'm looking through and I go, that's a repaint. That's a repaint. Oh, look, it's an
It's,
umbrella.
it's
in a
all in the
different
heads.
color.
I hate to say it, but there's so many new molded heads that
I mean, I was incredibly disappointed that there were no accessories to those Disney figs that made me go, yeah, I'm gonna buy that just because it comes with a cool animal. Like nothing. There was
no.
nothing in there.
I mean the Robin Hood from the old Robin Hood cartoon looked really good to me. I mean, as a castle person, and they have some cool parts, but yeah, I was like, geez. It is cool to see that. I mean, we just got it with the I can't remember her name, with the pink dress one from the last wave. We're getting another one of those big dresses with the Queen of Hearts. I'm pretty sure she's called. So that would be nice to have 3 different ones of those now.
Well,
none of those appeal to me. Not at all. None.
yeah, my pocketbook went. We won't need to buy any of these. Okay.
What it would be interesting to see how the sales, if there's any difference in sales, because when it's like the Muppets or the all those, it's just you buy. Everybody wants one of each one, but with what we have now is everybody wants the Space Babies, or everybody wants. There's Army Builder figs in there, and I wonder if that affects sales in any way. That would be an interesting bit of
I have a
knowledge to
feeling it
have.
does.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, unless it's like Marvel, like I can see Disney doing well because it opens up to a more bigger audience.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because when the first CMF wave for Disney came out, there were people going into the Lego store specifically to buy the Disney CMFs, and that was it. They didn't buy anything else. They only wanted just the Disney stuff. So while regular AFOLs are like, I may get a set, the Disney freaks come out of the woodwork because they're like, oh, hey, this is something Disney.
So counterpoint to that, which I mean, you're right, that happened. So I bought a full set of Disney Wave 1, fully intending to put it in my Bricklink store and put it for a size vault markup. That's complete set has yet to sell. The Series 1 Disney that I thought would be worth a mint in a few years has not sold on Bricklink. It's
I
still
wonder
sitting
if
there.
you might be able to sell it here soon because of people getting the newest wave wanting to collect the older ones. But yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, I honestly thought, oh, okay, this is a set I'm going to make a few bucks on to pay
Yeah.
for my other Lego addictions, but it is not. Still sitting there at the price. Star Wars turns over much more quickly than Disney. That's my conclusion. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a Disney set here and there that probably does better than Star Wars, but Star Wars still pretty much doubles your money if you're just patient.
Reed, you are correct. That is not even half as many as I need. Just pointing.
I got you. I got you, Dana.
We're gonna hook each other up, Brad. I know we're gonna take care of each other. But so Matthew, I have a thought on that concept because when the first CMFs came out, like I said, people from the Disney era all came swarming out and gobbling them up. Same thing for Series 2. So I think it's going to take 10 years on Series 1 because you got to hit a new generation gap who didn't get them, who are like,
Maybe.
oh, I need those now. So they
Also-
will eventually sell.
If you think about it, the people buying them aren't people who really know about Bricklink.
That's true too.
So I just thought of that. There's
I do have an eBay store. I should list it on my eBay store and see if it goes there.
I bet you they would sell.
Yeah.
No, they would.
Now I'm gonna go look it up. Let's see what the most recent set has
so
gone
many
for.
people who are like, "Oh, where'd you get that thing from? Where'd you get that?" Like when I worked at the Lego store, there were so many people who were just like, "I want to buy this older set. Do you guys sell that, or is there a way I can buy it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you go to Bricklink," and they're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
So-
because you're absolutely right. Because one of the most common, after people asking me, are these all real Lego and not 3D printed? And then did you paint any of them? The third question is, where did you go to get all these pieces?
Yeah.
So they have, I mean, they just have no clue that there is this existence out there and that there's actually more than one.
Yeah.
That you can go looking for parts. So yeah, I mean,
Well, I was thinking, I posted a video recently on a Bricks and Pieces order I got. Literally in the title and in the video, I say from Bricks and Pieces, and people are like, "What store did you get these from? Where'd you guys get this from? Like, this is awesome." I'm like,
but they don't even realize that Bricks and Pieces is a website
Exactly.
of multiple stores. They just might think it's a store.
yeah.
Yeah, and it is a little. I've sent people there. Like moms will ask me, like, "Where do you get those?" My kid wants something. I'll send them there to Bricklink, and she goes, "Well, how do you work that?" Because I mean, they're literally 50,
No,
60,
I meant
70,000
Lego.com.
stores.
Bricks and Pieces.
Or even
Lego.com.
that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But that again is a foreign concept to just your average Lego fan because they're used to getting a box of stuff and they don't realize that there's part numbers for things. There's a methodology to the whole bit. So
no, yeah, I agree.
So eBay Series 1 Disney minifigs are selling, but for the one complete set of 18 figures, $180 to $200, which is $200. It's a 10 bucks a figure, but actually, I'm kind of surprised it's not more than that, to be honest. I now I need to go look at what I priced it on.
I still think you probably have a better chance of selling them all on there than as a full set than
Probably
you do on
so.
Bricklink.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
agree.
kind of crazy. I think there is certain stuff that does resell well because of what it is. And if you're hitting, like, I think the reason classic Lego stuff sells well is because the classic Lego fans are the people who are going to be shopping there.
Yeah.
Like, if you're selling classic space or classic or castle, just space or castle, the people who are going to buy that are people who are probably going to be on Bricklink anyways.
Yeah, the Disney stuff sells pretty well, pretty pricey on Whatnot as well. So
Yeah.
Because that's where some collectors are going. All right.
Yeah, I have mine priced a lot more. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe drop them for a bit and act like it's a sale and they'll do better. I mean, just a thought.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll drop it a little bit.
Also, I think I messed up.
I'm also patient. My store I don't have to sell a certain dollar amount, and I just price things until they sell, and when money comes in, then that pays for some of my own personal expenditures. So,
All right, everybody, we are past an hour. We have had a great messy Monday of chilling out, building, and just making fun of Brad. So that has been a great time for everyone. Thank y'all for being here with us. We'll be back Thursday with some sort of topic, I'm sure, or maybe not. Who knows? But we will see you hopefully on Thursday. Have a great night. Be awesome and build awesome, everybody. Good night. Good night.